Welcome back to One Guy, One Course, One Disc. We are here today in King George, Virginia, checking out Barnesfield Disc Golf Course. Today's disc is going to be the Lone Star Brazos. I'm sorry about the after film commentary, but for some reason the audio did not pick up the first half of this video, so you're going to have to deal with this. Hole 1, it's a straight shot. Road plates as OB. There are two sets of tee pads. There's a white tee pad, which is a long, and red, which is the short. You have to be careful on hole 1's tee pad because it is a little uneven. So just careful on that run up so you don't twist an ankle. And then once you finish hole 1, hole 2 is going to be straight going down the left side of the road, and then you're going to enter into the woods on the left. Hole 2, it's a short par 3, probably less than 200 feet, but there's a left, right, and middle gap you can go to. I think this right gap that I'm going to be throwing through is kind of the largest, but you do have a lot more bushes to contend with. But it's really up to you what you want to do. Once you finish hole number 2, I believe hole 3 is going to be to your left. Hole 3 is a par 3. It's going to go straight and then turn to the right 90 degrees. You'll see an yellow arrow off in the distance on a tree. You want to be turning before that tree. If you land too short, you're going to have a tough time getting to the basket from the fairway. As you see, I landed short and you're just totally pinched off, really don't have much of a shot. So if you can't get it to and around the bend, just land short of that tree and you should have an open look at the basket. Hole 4, it's a par 3. It's going to bend slightly to the right and then cut back to the left. As you see, there are a lot of small gaps that you have to try and work through in this first, 150 feet. Really, it's just kind of put something on a little ante and let it come back over. As you're going to see, this disc is perfect for this shot. You just kind of have to get lucky, which you'll see I got very lucky. Got around. There is a footbridge off in the distance, so you kind of want to get past that and you should be close to the basket. And then hole 5, you're going to go to the behind you, out of the woods, across the street. Hole 5, it's a bit of a longer par 3 over 300 feet, similar to hole 1, except you got these two trees on the start of your shot that you have to get through or around. You could do a flex line off to the right, let it come left, and then finish right. And then once you get closer to the basket, you are protected by some trees. But then hole 6 is going to be straight ahead of you across the street. Hole 6, it's another par 3. It's over 300 feet. It's going to go straight into the woods and then go off to the right. As you see, I overturn it a little too much, and it's going to put me in a bad place because once you get to the bend, the fairway to the basket is a little tight. As you see, I'm in between the fairway and then the walking path to 7, and it's just a lot of trees to deal with, so definitely need to make sure you make the turn. Hole 7, it's another par 3. You're going to go straight most of the way. There's a yellow arrow on a tree, and then you're going to go to the left. You pretty much want to go all the way to that arrow before you start your turn. And then once you make the turn, the basket's not too far. Hole 8 is the first par 4 on this course. It's a straight shot. That's about 450 feet. I believe there was about 25 to 30 feet of fairway to work with on each side. So as long as you throw something that's not going to fade too much or turn too much, you should be fine on this hole. It's a very makeable birdie, but you have to throw the disc well, which you can see I didn't do at all. And I believe hole 9 was off to the left. Hole 9 is a par 3. It's gonna most of the shot will be through the woods, and then you're going to poke out into the open, and the basket is going to be up on a small little mound. It's a tough shot because you need something that's going to go right to left and then flip up once you get around these trees and hold straight pretty much the rest of the way if you want to get out of the woods. If you throw it too straight like I did, you're going to get a nasty kick, and you're just not going to have much of a shot from there. But then once you finish hole 9, hole 10 is going to be to your right. Hole 10 is a par 3. It's going to be straight and then turn to the right into that tree line where you can see there's kind of gaps in between the trees. It looks a little more open. That's where you want to go in. You want to turn before that red arrow that's pointing to the right. And then you're going to find this basket kind of elevated, and then there is a drop off behind it. You do need to be careful there because there is some rebar sticking out. So you just need to be very careful and watch your steps. Hole 11 is another par 3. I'm pretty sure it's straight. I honestly don't remember this hole, but if you look at the T sign, it looks to be pretty straight. You just a lot of trees you have to miss on this hole, which makes an easy shot very difficult. You might have to do a little turn to get around some trees, but it's just kind of hope and pray. I got the disc nose up, so it didn't go the way I wanted it to. and when you're offline, you just really don't have much shots from in the woods off the fairway. Hole 12 is a par 4. It's going to be kind of a slow turn to the left, and then you're going to go right and then come around back to the left. It is a very tricky fairway. You do want to be, if you can get a little more to the left side on your first shot, you might have a better approach into the basket where you can just do a hyzer right to left or anhyzer, depending on if you're right or left-handed. This is also the last hole where you're going to have the commentary coming post-production. So the next hole will resume with normal commentary as I was there. So hopefully you'll get the distances and a little more information than what I'm able to give you after the fact. So hole 13, 481 foot par 4, pretty dead straight. About 110 feet to get out of the woods. Out of the woods. Pretty open, but also this does play right by the Potomac River, so bring bug spray. Oh, come on. Hole 14 is about 248 feet. It's a left turning shot. You have this bunker of trees, which kind of separates the fairway. It's 175 feet to that, and then to the basket. From there, it was another, what was it, like 80 or 70 something feet. So you're gonna need a lot of power and probably a skip to get close to the basket from the whites, or maybe a sharp right to left and finish right. Looks like it'll be a tough shot regardless. That's right in the trees. Oh, that might be too far. Hole 15, 337 foot par 3 down this tunnel. Looks like the basket's a little to the right, so probably something that's going to go left to right finish. But I mean, obviously just something you can throw straight. Let's see if I can put this on the right line. Get out of it. That was awful. Get out of it. Man. Hole 16 is a par 3. It goes out of the woods and then goes straight and then cuts left back into the woods. It's about 293 feet to the gap you need to get to. And then we'll see from there what happens. Course. So the hole's about 310 feet. You probably want to go 260 start your turn. But the line of the woods, it's a bunch of pine trees, so it's just really getting lucky. So hole 17, looks like you have a left to right and then back to the left kind of shot. If you go straight, it's 140 feet to the tree that's furthest up to the right on the left side. Looks like you want to go kind of around that to go back to the basket. It's not going to work out. I did not see where that kicked either. So yeah, the hole's 240. There's also 2 trees right in front of the basket to make this a little more of a pain. But I'm in the woods, so it's already a pain. Might have a putt. Hole 18, 248 feet, dead straight. Got some trees to contend with. Either something that's super straight or a little flex. Obviously with this, I'll probably be doing a little flex. Because oh, came out too early. Oh, it's too high. So there you have the Lone Star Brazos at Barnesfield Disc Golf Course in Prince George, Virginia. It's, if you're going north on 301, it's right before you cross the bridge into Maryland. Obviously going south, it's right after you cross the bridge. But as far as the disc goes, I wish I found this disc sooner. It feels, I mean, it looked like it was a step up, a little more overstable than a T-Bird, which I was kind of looking for a disc like that, because I basically had the T-Bird and then a Raptor or an Undertaker. I wanted something that was kind of in between there, and this disc would have fit that spot perfectly. And I say it would have because, well, I'm going to make another video about this later, but I'm getting into full-time missions, so won't be playing much actual disc golf anymore, won't be playing tournaments. I'm still going to try to make these videos, but that's for another video. So yeah, definitely would recommend this. I mean, beginners and more advanced players, I think you'll find a great use for it. The plastic, I believe, is Bravo plastic, which it's kind of a, I don't want to say gummy, but it's not stiff. So it hits trees and absorbs a lot of the energy, so you don't have crazy kicks, which is nice. Probably is going to get beat up quick though, unfortunately, but I mean, the flight was just, I could put it on a little anhyzer and it would come out. I could really trust it. So I really like this disc. As far as this course goes, looks like it's pretty new. The baskets look very new. Other than hole 1, the tee pads were great. There were a few spots where the layout was a bit shaky. There were just some close tee pads and baskets. And it's in a park, but it doesn't really, the park doesn't come into play all too much. There's maybe 1 or 2 holes that it's questionable, but as long as you keep your eyes open, you shouldn't really be hitting anybody. That is really the only problem with this course, is you are right across the street from the naval station. So if they're doing, sounds like setting off bombs or some kind of ordnance, it's pretty loud. So if you're in the middle of your swing and if you're in the middle of your throw, that might mess you up. But definitely worth coming to check out. So if you're going north or south on 301, want to get in a quick round, definitely come check out Barnesfield Disc Golf Course. Until next time, off to the next course.